Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy.
Give me your taxes, give me your money. Thank you.
He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was too short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead down to a sycamore tree and climbed up, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." All the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be a guest of a sinner." But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord,
Everyone I've cheated, I'll give them back 4 times more, and I'll give half of my money to the poor.
Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is the son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost."
Well, thank you so much, Milo, Barney and Angelina, for acting that story out for us. I wonder how familiar you are with the Zacchaeus story. It was certainly one that I was familiar with growing up as a child going to church. And there was even a song that we used to sing that my mom played over and over again in the car. I won't give you a rendition of that now, but I wonder, what are some of the things that stand out to you about Zacchaeus? Is it that he was obviously a really short man? Or is it that he climbed a tree not because it was fun, but because he really wanted to see Jesus? You know, we're looking at this story today because Zacchaeus is actually a really good example of someone whose life was transformed after meeting Jesus. His life became more fruitful, and Jeff is going to talk a little bit more about that later on. But Zacchaeus knew that he was saved. In fact, Jesus told him he was saved at the end of that story. But Zacchaeus was also somebody who showed he was saved. He went from being a greedy tax collector who cheated people out of money to become a generous person who not only paid back people what he owed them, but paid back 4 times the amount. You know, there's a part in the song that we sang earlier, "So Glad," that is a really good example of how we can show that we are so glad that Jesus saved us. And it goes a bit like this. Kids, I think you can join in with this. "So I'll clap my hands and I'll wave them in the air. Shout your name, Jesus, so everyone can hear." I wonder how you and how I can become more like the changed Zacchaeus in showing others the impact that Jesus has had on our lives.